Hello everyone! In today's video I'm going to be showing you how I created my Super Summer Activity Journal for kids. So I designed this activity book for kids aged around 6 to 10. It has over 80 pages of fun summer activities split into sections. We have the About Me section, holiday planning, journal pages, scrapbooking pages and book log pages. It is a really nice size of 8.5 inches by 11 inches, which is a standard size for activity and colouring books. The interior is completely full colour, and there are 28 daily journal pages with writing prompts and 28 daily activities to cover the entire summer holidays. These activities include word searches, writing prompts, maths exercise, games and colouring pages. There are simpler activities for younger children and harder activities for older children. With the journaling pages, obviously the older children will be able to write a little bit more detail about what they're doing on their holidays, and the younger children maybe can just draw a little picture with a little bit of text. I wanted the activity book to be really fun for children, but to also be educational at the same time. After the journaling section, there are a few scrapbooking pages for the children to stick on holiday photos, draw pictures, or write about their holiday experiences. At the very end of the activity book, there is a book log with space to write reviews of all the books that they have read on their holidays. They could even use this for summer reading challenges, whether for the library or school. I really wanted the journal to serve as a keepsake for children to look back on in future years. So let me show you how I created this activity book and the programs I used to get it published. So basically I used Canva to create my activity book. Canva is completely free, but there is also a pro membership which I will talk a little bit about later. Now, as you can see here, this is the layout of my entire activity book, and I have sized it at 8.625 by 11.25. Remember earlier in the video I said that my activity book was a standard 8.5 by 11 inches. But here's a really important thing. If you go to Amazon KDP, there is a section all about setting trim size, bleed and margins. This gives you loads of information here. So if you scroll down to the bleed section, it will tell you what that means. Basically, it's if you have any inside patterns in your activity book that come to the edge, you will need your book to bleed so that it doesn't cut those patterns off. So you're going to need an extra amount to your page size. So if you scroll down even further, it will tell you what your page size with bleed will be. So there we have 8.5 by 11 becomes 8.625 by 11.25 inches. So when you go into Canva, you can go to create a design and it will let you put in your custom size. So we're going to type in here 8.625 by 11.25. And here you have your pages. So now you obviously have to design all the interior. Now, as I said before, there is Canva Pro and then there is the free Canva. Canva Pro simply gives you more elements to use and some really nice tools that you can use when you're creating your designs. Please do read all the licensing agreements on Canva. Essentially, you can use any elements to make an activity book or whatever you're creating and then sell it. However, you must layer elements, change them into your own kind of style. You can't just sell an image as your own. That's the kind of basic legalities behind it. Please do your research. Don't just take my word on it. But as you can see here, they've got different backgrounds. So I've typed in summer. I've picked a summer background. You can put that on your page. And then as long as you add other elements, change different colors, there's a certain amount of editing, you can then sell that as your own individual item that you've created on Amazon and so on. You can also use programs like Creative Fabrica. BookBolt is another one, and they do a similar thing where you can have elements added to your designs. So I used lots of summer graphics in my designs. If you are an illustrator, you could of course incorporate your own drawings into the mix. I then needed some actual activities like word searches and maths games and things. So I tried to do a few of those by myself, and then I decided that it would be really helpful if I had some templates to work with. So still using Canva, I simply clicked on design and searched the template section for kids crosswords and then puzzles and whatever else I wanted to put inside my activity book. They have so many templates that you can choose from, and the great thing is you can then edit them to make them your own and to make them really unique. So here we have one that says Earth Day word search. Obviously mine was a summer activity journal, so I wanted to make this as summery as possible. So I changed the background colours, I changed the title, and obviously I changed all the words in the word search. I also included lots of different images, so I had sun images, pictures of the sea, pictures of sea animals. You can search for these in Elements, or of course, if you are an illustrator, you could make those yourself and simply import them. You could also purchase images from Etsy and import those. Just check that you have the correct licensing agreements to make sure that you can use those designs in your final product. I then created the rest of my interior by searching for different types of kids' activities and editing those to make them my own. I created a daily journal page, which I edited completely and changed all the little emoji icons. There are so many different templates that you can use and really have fun with. I then also decided to use a program called Fiverr, where you can hire freelance graphic designers and illustrators to make your business logo, maybe design the front cover of your book, and to also hire people who you can outsource some of your work to. So for example, you could type in summer word search, and there'll be people on here who can create a custom word search for your book. If you need help designing a front cover, you can also find somebody on Fiverr to do that for you as well. Simply type in a search for activity book covers and you'll be able to choose from a number of different graphic designers or illustrators, and you can check all their reviews and see if they will be able to design something that fits your brief. If you do want to design your cover completely by yourself, it might be useful to head to KDP again and go to their cover creator section. This gives you loads of information about the trim size and so on. And if you scroll down, it will have a little link here that says how to create a paperback cover. So if we click on that, that gives you some more information, and it shows you here how to set your cover size. Because remember, here this will be slightly different to your interior, as there will be extra measurements for margins and so on. So you can go into Cover Calculator and Template Generator and fill in all this information once you finish the interior of your book, so you know how many page numbers. And then you'll be able to download a PDF template of the front cover that will be the exact size that you need. And then you can simply import that back into Canva and go about designing it just like you did with the interior. So once I'd created my book and I'd exported it as PDF, it was time to upload it to Amazon KDP. So for anybody new to this, once again, we go to Amazon KDP here, you go to create a paperback or hardback. I would usually say use a paperback for your activity books. And you type in your book title and any subtitle. Don't forget, once the book is published, you cannot then go back to change your title or the author. You can edit contents, but you can't change the title or author. So put all that in and any other contributors, and make sure you put a really fun description of the book and what's inside it so it can entice people to buy it. Then you have to fill in all the other details such as publishing rights and what content is inside and where your primary marketplace will be. Then you need to choose your categories and whether you have a low content book. Generally, activity books are not considered to be a low content book because there's something different on every page. But if you were creating a notebook, then it would be a low content book. So here I've chosen children's books, activities, crafts and games, and then activity books, colouring books and dot to dot or mazes, whatever is in your interior. Then you will be coming down to keywords. Please make sure that you put as many keywords related to your book as possible. This will help it show up better in listings or when people are searching for an activity book. So if it's a summer journal, I wrote things like summer book, summer fun activities, and so on. You can research what kind of keywords you should be writing into your book by doing a simple Google search. So save and continue, and it will now take you to the paperback content page. So you can assign yourself a free KDP ISBN, and then you want to make sure that you're choosing a colour interior if you are creating a colour interior activity book. For simple colouring books, you would probably still choose black and white. Then you want to choose the correct size. I chose 8.5 by 11, and I made sure to tick the bleed section so that my patterns weren't cut off, and I also chose the glossy option so that I had a nice shiny front cover. I then uploaded my cover file and my interior file, and it gives you your printing cost and estimation of it there, and then I previewed everything. Now Amazon will tell you if you have any issues with your book. As you can see here, there's apparently an error with one of the pages, which I obviously then will fix later. And you can go through and check your entire interior, check that you like it, and then you can click approve. Then you need to set your sale price. It will give you a minimum price that you should list it as depending on your print costs, and then you can publish your book. So I really hope you enjoyed this video and that it was useful for you. If you have any questions, please do leave them in the comments box below, and thank you so much for watching.